Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. It is Tuesday. And actually, there was something I wanted to take a photo of something that was nearby. It's way too hot outside for me to go there. But nearby me is a pokerito, which is, if you don't know, is basically a sushi burrito, sort of. Effectively, it is just a poke bowl inside of a burrito shape. And I was walking by there like a day or two ago, and they had a freaking advertising. Why is my button not working? Why is my button not working? What? Why? What? Oh, is it because... Where's my manual? There we go. Let's do it manually. Gonna need to modify that button. Okay, good to know. So they had this. It wasn't literally this one, but they had. The point is, it's Pokerito Tuesday, and just last week I was talking about, instead of Taco Tuesday, it should be about burritos. I mean, we're halfway there with Pokeritos. Is the point I'm trying to make? You know, yes, not burritos. I will take burritos over Pokeritos almost every single time. But we're closer, right? And Pokerito Tuesday also doesn't sound as good as Bad Day Burritos. But, you know, we need to then change also Tuesday to Bad Day, as we discussed, and that it's a lot of work, so it is what it is. But I hope you guys have had a lovely day so far. Can I fix this real fast? Is that possible for me to do? I would need to toggle you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Do you, and then you. And then theoretically, if I press this button, oh, I fixed it. Well, by fixed it, I mean I changed the entire thing, you know, completely. But don't worry about it. One second. I'm just gonna fix this. Let's fix this. Just where is it? Where is it? You. Good. Okay, now we're good. Okay, I think now. Aha! I did it! I fixed the thing. I also broke the thing, but we don't worry about the fact that I broke things. It's just we focus on the fixing. I fixed it. I'm a fixer. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been an interesting day, for sure. You know, a hard drive broke randomly, and not my personal one, so that's good. And it's also very hot today. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, Friday. What's today's date? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is gonna be way too hot. Like today is freaking 84 right now. Normally by this time it's cooled down a little bit. It's 84 now. So today and tomorrow and Thursday are pretty much going to be high 80s. Friday goes down to high 70s. And after that, it goes down to like low 70s, which is like more okay. But it's a bit brutal today, tomorrow, and Thursday. We'll see how it goes. I mean, surprisingly, when it gets hotter, the AC doesn't struggle. Like, it's not like a linear thing where the temperature keeps going up. Hey, good guts. Hello, Blue Sneaker. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. 28C, bud. What is that in freedom units? What is this 28 caterpillars thing you speak of? I want to know them in freedom units. Thank you. Get those stick-on blinds for your window? About 60% of this window is covered. And I could cover the rest of it, which is then you wouldn't get this. But it's enough to block the sun from my eyes. The problem is it doesn't block heat. It only blocks the sun, sort of, but it still heats up the same. Last year I blocked like all the lights, all sort of lights, all of the windows, and it didn't drop the heat at all anymore. It's unfortunate. I wish. Sash and then the happage. Make up your mind. You can't be both. You can find something on Temu. I mean, I can find a lot of things. I just can't be bothered. Here's the thing. It's already July. Mid-July. Like, realistically, I have about another month of this. So, if anything, I'll be getting it for next year. Hey, Safuan. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Creates an amazing shadow, though. Yeah, like, this is nice. Like, visually, it's nice. It's just, I wish it wasn't so damn hot. You've been there for 2 years already. If it's a problem, you wouldn't fix it. Well, I've been here for 3 years, actually. Well, I will be here for 3 years in September. I think like just at the end of September or like October 1st. I think I came in just before like September like 20 something. It'll be 3 years. The first year was miserable. I didn't have my portable AC. Last year I got the portable AC, which has helped a lot. And this year it's like my room does not no longer gets past 80 degrees. And the 80 degrees is only really at like starting at this time until like, you know, for like 2-3 hours a day. Most of the day, my room is like 73, like realistically. So like, it's fine. Now that's thanks to, again, the portable AC during the summer. So, you know, it's not bad enough where I need to like go out of my way to do something. If this was my own place, I would absolutely do something, but it's a rental, so I just don't care enough to. Now it's a talking point? Yeah, it's also a talking point. One that I never shut up about. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. Cold. Today we get to work on new power-ups, which is exciting. I also made a little tool, a little troll tool for a collab that I'm working on. Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be the second collab of the year coming up soon, TM. Sometime within the next 3 months, let's say. Give myself some headroom just in case. That might involve some fun things. But yeah, otherwise, I guess let's get started with our game. Boink. Boink. Let's go to the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet. Okay. The first power up we're making is Bullseye. Damage increase at every consecutive hit, resets on a miss. You know what would be smart of me to do is to like have freaking Midjourney generate some images before I like get started, but that makes too much sense. Oh god, I'm scrolling back and I'm reminded of freaking a Sonic Boom icon where I got freaking Sonic images. That's right, that was a thing. Sonic the Hedgehog. Thanks, thanks again on that one, Midjourney. I appreciate you. But we're doing a... Thankfully, a bullseye hopefully is relatively straightforward. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So, first things first. Data tables. Cards. Let's make one. Guys, we're actually adding one. We're not removing, we're adding. I know. Crazy. Bullseye. Why is it called a bullseye? Do people hunt and shoot bulls in the eye? And so when you hit them, when you hit a bull in the eye, it's like, that's very impressive. What does a bull have to do with, why is the bull's eye the thing you call out? I'm going to ask the hard-hitting questions here. Okay? I gotta know. Okay, so we want a variable percent increased damage for every consecutive hit. Resets on a miss. Okay. Now, this is going to be on a hit. So we can't have this stacking a lot. But 1%, if I do 1%, it's not gonna be very much on the first tier, but let's say 1% on tier 1, 5% tier 3, let's do 3. And then curse tier. I mean, I want to do 10. I want to make it like that stacks. This is gonna be a percent. So theoretically, if you never missed and you were very diligent, you could theoretically never miss and then stack your damage up to like plus 100+% on a boss or on the regular map, because this gets reset on a boss. I'm pretty sure your counters will get reset when you enter the boss room. So as long as you never miss on a boss, this could be quite good. Okay, let's go with that. Gameplay tag. Add one. Character. Player. Ability. Right? Yeah, ability. Bullseye. Bam. I'm sure you're hunting bulls, then targeting the eye might be a good strategy. Missing would be bad. I mean, on the eye of any animal is, you know, a weak spot. I don't know any animal where you would shoot in the eye and that would be a bad spot to shoot. Like with a bow and arrow. Right. I feel like that's just the weak spot of everything. Does anything have a eye that is like more solid than anything else? Any other part of the body? Let's see these images. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. This one's not bad. I feel like for a bullseye, we can go with this. This one reminds me of freaking like Peter Pan. I don't know why. This one seems like a little more like the bullseye I'd want. We're gonna go with the upper left. That's gonna be just fine. Thankfully. Save image. We want to go to cards. We want to go AI images. What's up? Boink. Boink. There we go. There we go. Here, I'll drop level to 2 because I think we're missing one there just to have it filled in. Actually, it doesn't matter. Blink. Let's blink. Like blink, 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 like the sound effect. Blink, blink, blink. Like a little marble falling down, like a pachinko. Blink, 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 blink. That's what my brain goes to when I read blink. Look at that. There's the bullseye. Oh, hold on. Why are decimals on? Did I turn on the wrong thing? Did I not just say that sound effect audibly? Look, I say things, and if you think I am thinking of what I'm saying, or I say things and then I hear what I say, you're wrong. Words come out, and then I forget immediately. Like, it doesn't go like, oh, sound goes into ear. No, 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 no. That's not how my ears work and my mouth and my brain. No. I was like, this is an idea that's already been said out loud. And what was the idea? All right. I did subconsciously. That's for sure. Me thinking is, it's a rarity. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we now have bullseye as a tag. So we can grab it and we can have it. But that's not much else. So there, 1%, 3%, 5%, good. An absolute flow state can't stop to think or it'll ruin the progress. Here's the problem with that, Zebra. I don't have a flow state. Yeah, I wish I did. That sounds lovely. That sounds very productive and healthy. Yeah, I'm neither one of those. That seems ridiculous. Yeah. Productivity stream is still water? No. Okay, so we need to increase the damage every consecutive hit, which means we need to track consecutive hits. Okay, so let's go to AC abilities. I need, okay, these need to be into their own category. Abilities, go. This is more of a utility. It's cards. I don't have a cards thing. Okay, usually. Utility. There we go. Let's organize a little bit. You've been kicking buses all day in GTA? You restarted, the cops got you. I mean, look, why? I just have to ask at this point, why? Why do you just kick buses all day? That doesn't, I mean, maybe it's just me, maybe it doesn't seem fun to me and then you're having a blast. But then why also restart if the cops get you? Because then what's the point of kicking the bus? I mean, I just have so many questions from that. Right? Like, I just have questions. We'll do bullseye success. Or just bullseye. Trigger bullseye. And then here we can just tell if it's success or not. You've not gotten busted or wasted once near the end of the game, and you're maxing your strength stat. Does GTA not have a gym or something? You can't say that you punch people, and if you just punch a bus, it counts for all inside the bus? What? 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 Why? Punching buses versus kickboxing, what would you get you tougher? I mean, I'll be honest. If you punched a real bus, I mean, that is a lot harder to punch than like a soft cushioned thing. It would hurt like hell. But if you got good at punching that bus, I mean, I'm just saying, right? Is the ceiling higher punching a bus? Maybe. Have I tried? No. Based on the fact that just the bus is harder, I'm gonna assume yes. You gotta punch 20 people to get 1% of the stats. You punch a bus, it goes by fast. Will I accept this challenge? No. No. Thanks for trying. That sounds, yeah. Okay, so based on this is a success or not, as we do things. If it's not a success, we need to go here. Find bullseye. And then we just do an add, which replaces it. Now we want to replace it with break this. We make this. Well, actually, just do probably set members. Probably be better. So in here, right, we just need to set enable to false and variable 2 to 0, which is going to be where we're going to be tracking this. Because we only get one thing here. So I might as well use variable 2, because that's what we have access to here. You could see a guy out there punching buses that pass by. GTA 5 is like a 50-year-old, and you believe Mount Chiliad mystery is still unsolved. So I'm doing everything in the game. On the summit, there's a graffiti that says "Come back when your story is complete." Really? It's like a little mini side quest. Now watch you come back and there's nothing there. That'd be sad. I'm gonna hope there's something there for you. You know. Bigfoot shows up too. Get trolled? I don't know if he's gonna get trolled by that. You know, it could have something. You know, it could either be an Easter egg or a troll. We don't know yet. There's a confirmed UFO that appears, but there's also a mural that is not solved. Wait, not solved as in you haven't solved it, or like no one online has solved it? Because I doubt no one online has solved it.
Pausing for ads.
Considering how long the game's been out. Because if there's no one's figured anything out, then it might just be a decal that's just a decal. No one online has solved it. I mean, I'm just saying, it could be just nothing. Could just be a misdirection, making you think of it, Well, it's not actually a thing. The thing they have with the online mode, but story mode is a different universe, and only came out years later. Yeah. I mean, maybe it, just signified, the online mode would come out. I don't know. Or it could be nothing. There's a long time ago, I was watching Jesse Cox who does like Let's Plays and stuff. And he was saying he went to some event. I don't remember for what game it was. I want to say it was for the name of the game where you shoot people, you shoot like zombies, you have to smash their head in. Oh, I forgot the name of it. They had 3 of them. Crap. Anyway, that game. Those of you from that description, those of you that don't know. Anyway, apparently the dev there. Hey Marcio, welcome man. How's it going? The dev there said you always want to give a little bit of basically misdirection. Like if you have 3 tanks, like start your, like if you're doing like a World War shooter or something, start with like a shot of 3 tanks appearing, and one of the tanks goes off screen to the right. The player will only ever engage the 2 tanks, but they will always be on the lookout for the 3rd tank, even though it never doesn't exist. Just because you showed the third tank doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna be looking out for it now, and so all of a sudden, he built tension about where's the 3rd tank. Is it hiding here? No, I gotta still be careful. I killed 2 tanks. There's a 3rd one. I feel it's like that. You know, that decal is just like, it's just a decal, but it makes you think there's more. And 5 minutes after the tank fight, you get jump scared. But if everyone thinks the puzzle is solved off a wrong answer, then everyone is wrong. Doesn't matter. Not important. Okay, so we have this, then we take variable 2, and then we add variable 1, and then we set it back to variable 2, and then we need this again. That's all we need, right? I think that's all we need. Let's find out. Why do they keep delaying GTA 6 until someone solves it? I mean, what if I win $1 million? If we're just gonna throw in what ifs out there, then what if I win $1 million? I mean, that'd be sweet. I mean, I'm fine with winning like 500,000 as well. I'm not too greedy. They're $1 billion company, they can afford it. But you don't stay $1 billion company by doing something like that. Give you the mega ball, you swear you'll share. Will you though? Will you? I mean, I know I would share. For sure, but how do you wait? How do you retake the screenshot of this? I didn't think it would take. Okay. Clear thumbnail. There you go. Just clear the thumbnail. I thought I was gonna take a thumbnail of this, not of whatever. Also, is my thing off? It has been off. Yeah. Hey Igor, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You're not staying here, unfortunately. How could you? How could you? Oh, you're going to bed. Okay, well, that's fine then. So, to wish me luck, have a good stream, and good night, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. A good night's sleep. When is compile game day? Usually, like the last Friday, or like it's like right before the first. So in this case, the first comes on a Friday. So compile day will either be Wednesday the 30th or Thursday the 31st. Probably. How can you spend more than 300,000 in a lifetime if you didn't purchase ridiculous assets? I know a way. It's called rent. How can you spend 300,000 in a lifetime? You know, just rent. Ever test your Git backups? No. I've like restored things from Git, but that's it. Yeah, if I have 300,000 divided by my roughly current rent, assuming it never goes up, it would only cover me for for less than 9 years. So yeah, 300K is less than 9 years of rent, and that's not including the fact that it would increase over every year. So realistically, it's probably around 8 or less years of rent. Why rent when you have money to buy? You don't enjoy burning money if you can afford to buy a home. But 300,000, you can't buy one, at least where I am. A 2-studio condo is an average 800,000. So it starts there. So I'm just saying. It's yeah. Definitely depends then. Yeah, depends where you are for sure. The median household in the US across the entire country is 450,000. So yeah, that's including in places where like you don't want to live, like Ohio. Or buy a houseboat, problem solved. How much is a houseboat? Well, it has to be like a really nice one. You could get one for like over 100K. You get one for 100K. Okay, so you can get one. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. Yeah, here's a boat. This one's 100K. It's a little yacht. There's 108,000. right? And you know, so you can live on a boat. Or he comes with a dog potentially. That probably has to be negotiated. But there we go. You see, it comes with a bedroom and a washing machine. The toilet and everything. That screen looks so old. I mean, the whole thing doesn't look brand new, but like that looks so old. Anyway. Oh wait, it said the year. What year was that? It was 1965. It's a 1965. It's a little old. Just a little. How much is the mortgage though? Is that going to be less than property tax? I mean, it'll definitely not be a lot. Let's put it this way. By the time I have enough of a down payment, just down payment for a condo that I would like to get, I will be able to afford almost 2 of those yachts, technically. Because a down payment for a 800,000 condo is 160K. So it's like a 1.5 yachts is just a down payment for a condo. Look, I want to be rich enough to afford a submarine. Okay? That's what I wanted. You know, I make the joke where, well, I heard the joke actually like a long time ago, where it's like, I want to be able to, I want to buy a submarine. It's like, no, I want to be like rich enough that you buy a submarine. But I just Googled, these are submarines. You can get a small submarine for like 50K. That's less than a yacht. It's less than a yacht. Hey, Sindri, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I mean, it's not exactly like big submarines, but can I sort? Is there a sort here? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the good stuff. So if you want this one, this is what? 1, 2. This is 100 million. There we go. Well, this is super yacht. Oh no, this is more of like what I want. Yeah, there we go. I want one of these. Yeah, can we get one of these? But I mean, can I get one of these? No, I don't really want the submarine. I just want to be rich enough to afford to buy the submarine. To make it clear. I do not want myself in a submarine. Do you think a death stream could be convincing you to buy a yacht and live ocean bound? Technically speaking, it is cheaper, but it does have some negatives. Listen, I can't put 2 yachts down for this condo. Can we do half a yacht? Just ask Bezos for a loan. I mean, I don't think I'm there yet. to ask Bezos. I don't know, one day. But let's see if this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. It's going up by 1. Look at that. Did the number go up? I want to make a joke. I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to. Hello, Kool-Aid Jimmy. Do I remember you? Yes, you're the person that asks me that every time you come in. Coward. It's fine. Wonder if Uber Eats delivers into international waters. I mean, there's one way to find out. No. Yeah, it's just confirmed. Yeah, Uber Eats does not deliver to international waters. However, Uber Eats has facilitated unique deliveries in the past, such as a food delivered to an international space station in 2021. So they'll deliver up into space, but if you're in the middle of the water, whew, there's sharks out there. That's dangerous. Space station, though, I mean, come on, that's just space. That's much easier. We can't be gonna be out crazy. Yay, it works. It gets reset to 0. Yay, things work. Things work. Your motivation is back? Oh, happy to hear that. Comes with a helicopter surcharge. I remember, so when I lived in LA, there was a time when I got a lot of like Grubhub and things like Uber Eats, right? That kind of stuff. It was during like the COVID times, primarily. Where I'm like, I just don't want to go anywhere. Was it during COVID, like after or just before? I remember around then. And I just remember, like, I was like, I just want like something small. It was like late. I wanted to get some food, and I want to order it. And it was like, I want like something for like $5, and it's like, oh yeah, what's the price on it? Like 20. So it costs like for like less than a $5 thing. Yeah, we're gonna charge you $20. It's like, oh shit. Well, now I have to buy a lot more stuff to make it worth all that extra fee. God damn it. So I think the helicopter surcharge, I'm sure, is already there, is where I'm getting at, because it's all the fees are insane. Way too many. Okay, so this is working. Actually, I'm going to keep this here because we also need to set up the icons. Also, this should happen only when we need it to. So, Let's check that we have the tag. And then we do this. For sure, $20, about 1.3 seconds of fuel for a helicopter. Well, not everyone's gonna get the helicopter. So you just take, a couple of dollars here, a couple of dollars there, and then somebody's getting their food delivered in a helicopter. A lot of users. Just saying. The way you do it is you don't charge the one person for the helicopter, because then they might not want to get it. What you do is you charge like $1 to everyone and claim it as a delivery fee, and you use that dollar to then pay for the helicopter. You see where I'm going with this? Right? For example, you could put something in your game like horse armor, and then when you buy horse armor, what you're buying is something useless for yourself, but a helicopter for the CEO. So if you look at it that way, maybe you are buying something, tangible. It's just you don't own it, but that's, you don't own anything these days anyways, as far as AAA companies will have you believe. So, nothing different. You do a drive-by parachute your Big Mac down to me. You don't care. I don't want helicopters near here. They're too loud. Well, actually, maybe a helicopter right outside my window wouldn't be too bad, right? If I just buy some noise-canceling headphones, and it will help move the air in here and get some air circulation. What's more expensive? How much is a helicopter? Look, we already know how much a submarine is. We might as well know how much a helicopter is. So, helicopter is surprisingly more expensive than a yacht. We're looking at 700,000 here. Please offer, please offer, please offer, please call. Oh, 4.9 million. I know it's no expensive submarine, clearly, but not bad. Price reduced, so look at that. It's on sale, guys. 1.5 million. This is the price of a house where I live. Except not USD, it's CAD, but in the number amount, houses start around this price. Around here. So maybe I'll get a helicopter instead of a house, if I can afford a house. How much is a small airplane? Let's go all aircraft. Let me easier. Oh, you get this one. This is a small aircraft for 400K. Hey, Leah, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. You're pricing out helicopters now? Did Spreading Cruiser release already? No, we went into, we were looking at at $100 million submarine just earlier. There you go. But you can get a smaller for 400K, which is, less expensive than a 2-bedroom condo. So you can literally fly yourself around in this too. This is better than than a lot of prices around here. Yeah, it was $100 million. Don't worry, you're right. It was a nice one. This is about the price. There you go. There's the helicopter. Either 2-bedroom apartment or, it's a nice helicopter. Look at this. Look at that inside. You got to look at all the seats. Even got displays. You don't even need a computer. It already comes with its own, computer system. It doubles as as a car because it can get you around anywhere. I'm just saying, you save a lot of money. You get old Cessnas for less than 100K? I mean, yeah, but that's old. How would we want to do it if it's old? That doesn't seem right. Helicopter or condo, it's an air house boat. How can the police catch you when the air is your open road? Yeah, when your game makes game ideas you know will probably work, but it's stupid. Just write it down. Just write them down. Make a little book. Start writing down your game ideas. You might not be able to do them now, maybe you'll be able to do them later. Yeah. You'll just write them down, we'll write them down some more. Your obsidian is getting filled? Oh my. Now the 5th different page. Wait, isn't that good? Copy, paste. This is going to be a number change. Number change, initialize. Set number text. Okay. So really this should happen only once. So activate bullseye. It's not cooldown, but icon.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Each one a different idea with some paragraphs of explanation. When the idea gets good enough, it graduates to a vault of its own, where you flesh it out even more, fill in gaps or details, and rework ideas. Congratulations, Leo! Congratulations! Your 25th is the last day? Very nice. Today is also the last day of my first year of work at my current company. Proud of you, Leo. Congratulations on not having a job. Well, considering how much you hated it, it is good to get it off your chest. I'm gonna get a cold drink. I'll be right back. I'm back. Happy anniversary. Thank you, see, bro. Yeah, started July 16th of 2024. So daily today is the last day of the first year. Thank you for us, 3D modeling, motion design, and branding. Nice, yeah, do it. You compete with AI. They'll certainly take work away from you. No. Stop competing with AI. Work with AI. It's just another tool. Just use it. Does the end of the work year get a raise now, though? Haven't gone it yet, though. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see, Zebra. If I get it, it will technically be the first raise I would have ever gotten working for any company ever. I should point that out. I have most companies that I've worked at have been like contracts less than a year. Well, no, I could technically I got a raise once when I was working at the IT place, but I'm not counting that. I'm counting only like 3D work and like industry work. So, congrats! I didn't get a raise yet, Leo. Hey, Solutions, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. In the industry, I have not gotten a raise because most contracts have been too short, and the previous job where I had was there for longer than a year just never get me a raise. What are we talking about? Leo finally put in his 2 weeks, so he's a free man. He's a free man. I need to add something to this. This is going to be bullseye. Look, the Leviathan will grow again, okay? I'm just saying. Right? I am regrowing the Leviathan, as Leo called it. Because these are, you know, unique things. We work, all the software devs left and you're the only one left? I mean, congratulations, or I'm sorry. I don't know which one it is. You know, a part-time that gives you a 1% raise every year to help combat inflation? I mean, that definitely helps, but that's not equal to inflation. You're still technically earning less and less every year. Right? Just on a technical level. Your buying power is going down every year you stay there. All you're bracing for is any potential DDoSing or doxing by your company owner, as he has done to designer in the past? You probably sue him then. I mean, I don't know how that would work, considering different countries, but I would consult a lawyer. I've not gotten a raise, bro. Hopefully I'm gonna get one. You know, I think I've done well this past year, but nothing is set in stone. What would you say? You're making less now? You feel bad? Don't feel bad. Increase is still good, but right, if inflation is 2 to 3%, like realistically in an ideal world, right, it's been like 6-7%, obviously. Like, but like even like the 2-3% mark, you're only getting 1%, and inflation's 2 or 3%. That means you're not keeping up with inflation. It's still better than nothing, but it's, yeah, you get where I'm going. Was your degree related directly to your current job? Yes. I majored in animation and visual effects, so I majored like basically in the film industry. My first job out of school was working on 21 Jump Street. Yeah. The only reason I was able to come to Canada at all is because I had a bachelor's degree. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I graduated as co-valedictorian of my class. It was a very small school. It was a very small class. I think it was less than 30 people in the graduating class. I think the entire school had like 200 something people. Tiny school. But in less than 3 years, I had a bachelor's degree. It never made sense to you. How do we calculate how much money is circulated with the population? More people means the same amount of money is spread across more people, right? It's a matter of how many dollars. I'm not an economist, but I believe it's basically how much money is being printed and distributed every year. That's what. If more money gets printed, then right, a dollar doesn't go as far because there's like $100 in the pile. But if there's, only $10 total, the dollar is like a tenth of the entire economy, right? That's kind of how the dollar strength fluctuates. Inflation makes 0 sense. It means the dollar is going down in value. Yeah. But people want inflation because they want everything to go up in price over time. I don't know why. I'm not an economist. I don't know what the problem is with not doing that. But I'm not an economist. Capitalism. You found out the expo you've been wanting to showcase your game is coming up. You have until September 5th to get a demo and trailer. Ooh. Nice. You have to pay for those, right? From what I recall hearing, like if you ever want to like enter like a competition where you can get like awards or anything, you have to pay to put your stuff in there. Isn't that the way it works, Illusions? Correct me if I'm wrong. You want more money? Greed kills fun. True. Living should be free. Living is free, Zebra. Living well and living good is not free. Nothing's stopping you from living. You just want to be a long or happy life. That's kind of the problem. You can absolutely live on the streets for free. There's a reason that homeless are not happy, right? Okay. We got the icon, and now if I did 3, 6, 9, 12. And then, oh yeah, look at that. You go up, go down. Yeah. It works. I changed the icon though. For now, I'll just put in we're working on a new power up called Bullseye. So the way it works is you get increased damage every consecutive hit on an enemy. So if I get a consecutive hit with a tier 3, I get 45. It stacks. If I got all of these, I would get 9% every. Oh shit. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. Food is preventing you from living? No, food helps you live. Eggs, man, eggs. Are eggs still very expensive in the US? Your bag had to cook? What'd you cook? What'd you make? You made mac and cheese and popcorn chicken. Oh, that sounds lovely. Eggs are a lot of money. Eggs never increase in price or in Canada, thankfully. But I definitely heard about eggs being super expensive in the US. Mac and cheese sounds so good right now, you wish you had some. I don't know if I've ever had like more of like a gourmet mac and cheese. I feel like I'm missing out. Made that for the kids, but there's plenty. You only ate a pickle. Oh, pickles are great. Chickens went on strike in America. It'd be like $16 for a dozen at one point. Holy shit. Yeah, here, like I buy 5 Canadian for a dozen or so. It's like $4.50, $5 for a dozen. You can get some. You know, obviously there's more expensive ones. So I think that's like near the cheaper ones. Which is like what, $3.50, $4 US. So that's kind of insane. Super lucky there's a farm down the street from where you get super cheap eggs. Oh, nice. Yeah, that sounds like a good setup. So there's our thing. And now if I got the other ones, still only have that. There we go. What happens when we hit 1,000? Do I need to care? I mean, the chance of this happening are not 0. The actual thing, I think, gets wider. No, it doesn't get wider. It's sticking out. What's the numbers mean? That's how much increased damage you're gonna have. Increased damage for every consecutive hit. Resets on a miss. So if you continuously, all your attacks always hit, then it'll work. So it's not set up yet to actually work, but the effect, the numbers there, the counting, all the the variable stuff is there. You have a cat that looked strange. You took her from the outside when she was pregnant. Now you have a lot of alien-looking cats. Look them up, and they are called Cornish Rexies. Okay, well, now I have to look that up. These are Cornish Rexies, for anyone concerned. They look like slightly fluffy Sphinx cats. They remind me of the like the hairless cats. With if the hairless cats just had a little bit more fur, like a little bit of fur. Also, my God, those ears. Like. those are big ears. Those ears are like almost as big as its face. They can hear you think. Should add a negative to it. The negative is already built into the move. If you miss, then it gets reset, which means if you're doing a projectile weapon, right, this will easily miss, but it will actually very easily miss potentially if you do this. When you have a multi-attack, one of them is bound to miss. If any one of them misses, it resets. Same thing with this. You're shooting in multiple directions now. One of them is gonna miss. And depending on the order at which they hit or miss, you might be resetting back to 0 all the time. And not really making use of, So the downside of it is kind of built into it. Kind of. Those ears could probably hear your cells vibrating. Possibly. Would percent sign the icon be too much? Would it be too much? No. But I want to rework the icons there anyway at one point, and that's probably when I will add that in. A lot of them are like, I don't have like anything that's using the proper icon. I want to reuse the same. I want to reuse these, but like have it just take like, let's say the top part of it, and that's going to be the icon, for example. But for it to do that, then I need to set up like a whole system for it. That's for later. Right, this is like for prototyping. I think it's fine. Well, down the line we'll do another upgrade on it. But we now have that, so we need to increase or decrease the damage. It's gonna be under additional damage. They're very verbal as well. Vocal, they talk a lot. You call the mama Echo because she is pure black and looks like an alien bat. And she says something after everything you say. Do they try to wake you up then as well? I mean, I guess I can check if it's enabled here. Yeah, this is the same way I'll do this. So, why does it? Look, I'm duplicating this. Why does it remove the target input? Epic, can we have a chat here? Why is it when I'm duplicating this that has an input? See, if I remove the target, it's still there. So why is it when I duplicate it, it's gone? Why did it just disappear on this one? Epic, can we have a chat here? What the shit? Blueprints do a lot of weird things. I mean, sure. At 4 a.m. every day? Oof. I mean, 4 a.m. is your cat too? You're about to say that? I mean, I want to get 2 cats. I do. I would love to have some cats. And I say 2 right away because I'd want to have I don't want to get just 1 cat and have it be lonely. So I definitely want to get 2 cats. So they can at least play with each other. I'm not saying I'm not going to play with them, but right, like, if I'm working or I'm streaming or whatever, I was like, I want to have a buddy. So it's confirmed the cats have their own clock. Of course. I mean, it's their house. You go under their schedule. You don't have mac and cheese, but you sell for some rice. They'll have to do. I put some cheese on that rice. Yeah, instead of, it's mac and macaroni and rice are both starches, so you're good there. So just put some cheese on that. And just mix it around and you're good, right? Practically the same thing. I know, Stormer. You told me before. You showed pictures. They were nice. Parmesan's going in the bowl, don't you worry. What cheese is usually used for mac and cheese? Yeah, there are all sorts of cheeses in there. I don't know. You only have one? All your friends are crazy cat ladies? You like your singular cat? She's already expensive as is. How much does it cost, Marcio? You guys send some pictures eventually of the whole house. You have a cat-proofed everything. Yeah, you showed some of the stuff like of your shed, which is look really cool. The ones you built. But yeah, only send things if it's not gonna dox you. Just careful not to dox yourself. I'm not saying someone's gonna do something in this community with it, but you know, better safe than sorry. Just King's old, so thousands now? Wait, what? Oh, because you like you have to go with like treatments and all of that. Yeah. Surgeries and whatever else. Medical bills. With a plexiglass and wood case for a 75-inch TV? I mean, that sounds impressive. I don't need multiple of these guys, actually. Okay, let's see. I did 15 damage. Then I'll grab the 5%er. 50. Oh. It would help if I also hooked up the fact that I should activate the thing on hit. Do I plan to keep Lumen on my game? No. I plan to have the entire game with baked lighting. Well, not the entire game. Obviously, you need to have some dynamic lighting. But I want to primarily use baked lighting. It's going to be considerably more performance, and it's going to look considerably better. So that way, older cards will be able to play it much easier. The performance will be like way higher. It's going to be great. Are you going to switch to forward rendering then? What is forward rendering? I don't know what forward rendering is. I probably know it, but just not what it's called, so. It's got IBS. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate, but I'm sure, you're giving her the best life she can have, which is important. On trace attack here, so we want to do it here. Probably you can do it here. Easier to do here. So if out hits, so if this is not empty, actually, let's do if it is empty, then continues on. Or do I need to? I really just tell it to just always trigger it, and because the check is here, I don't need to. Yeah, I just do trigger bullseye. I don't need this. Just trigger bullseye, and then the hit is going to be whether it's a success.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I should take care of that. Forward rendering shades each pixel in real time as it's rasterized, applying all visible light per object in a single pass. No, I'm going to be baking. It's not going to be dynamic, except for for the player and the characters. I'll have custom small lights that do dynamic for them, but that's it. On the grand scheme of things, it could be much worse. You're counting on your blessings, such as life. Well, that's good. Good to stay positive. You're baking your lighting, not using nanite. I am using nanite. You gain a huge performance boost switching forward over deferred. Okay. I'm baking and I'm using nanite. Nanite doesn't mean worse performance. Just so we're clear here. Nanite does not mean worse performance. At my job, I use nanite for everything. We wouldn't be able to do the environments as performant as they are without nanite. Without nanite, they just wouldn't even function. You haven't really found anyone rude in the streams? Good. Because if someone's going to be rude, I'm going to just ban them. Thankfully, I'm small enough where, you know, there aren't that many of you guys. I don't know, thankfully or not thankfully, where, you know, it doesn't come to that. But if someone just come in here and be an asshole, I'm just going to ban them. I don't need to deal with that. No one needs to deal with that. Do you think your game was detailed in your maps for nanite? Well, right now it's temporary geo, but it's still nanite. Nanite is still good, like for even if you're using just low poly. There are certain scenarios where it doesn't do enough to, like, when you're doing like true low poly, then yeah, it might be worth performance enabling it. But if you're anywhere above that, it's better. Yeah, it's a triangle thing, yeah. We could probably do a little test here. Even Epic recently came out and said it's not used for low. Yeah, it's not. So this is the topology that we have here. It's hard to see it, but you can see this is like, it's not low poly, but it's relatively low. Here, if I just do this, it'll be easier to see. All right, so this is relatively, you know, I'm obviously showing the collisions. Actually, collisions, yeah, are not good. Yeah, this is the topology. So if I was to look at this, right, everything you see that's green right now, green, blue, that's not nanite. So this place is basically all of it. Nearly all of it is not nanite. Now, it's not nanite because the person who made the environment is not nanite. So I can't even test. This building is nanite, so the person that made this building made it nanite. But yeah, all of that is not nanite. And for this, it would improve. The thing is, like, if you have an object and another object behind it, nanite is good about calling things that you don't see behind it. So in certain scenarios, nanite is good. In other scenarios, nanite is not good. It depends. But if you're going even like medium and higher in quality, I found nanite's good. Again, not for low poly, but for medium and higher, yeah. Couldn't tell you if you use it or not. You have never enabled it anywhere. You have downloaded assets stuff from Fab. I would definitely try it out. Hey Marcus, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. That is only good at culling if you have enough triangles for the clustering to be small. Oh yeah. Well, that's why I say, yeah, you don't do it for low poly. If you're going like medium to high poly, nanite could be useful. Let's put it this way. If you're loading, by default, millions of triangles in your scene, then there might be a use case for nanite. If you're not loading millions of triangles in your scene, like when you're looking at it, then there might not be a use case for nanite. I think that should be like a relatively easy, like if you do stat RHI, triangles drawn here, 16,000. Don't ask me from what. I think it's like, what the hell is it from? The hell are all these triangles from? Oh, there's some from here maybe. Anyway, if this number of triangles drawn average is like 1 million, might be a use case for, you know, going with nanite. Maybe. Might have a use case. If you have massive detail, Nana is the only way. If you want massive performance, LODs are good. Assuming you optimize your measure still. You can still use LODs with Nanite, last I checked. Last I checked, you can still do LODs with Nanite. Because I remember I did you can, but Lumen and VSM don't like it. VSM. Oh, virtual shadow maps? Yeah. Well, it depends it depends what you're doing. You might not be using Lumen. Like if you're doing baking, then who cares? Right. If you're doing light baking, then even more performance. But yeah, in that scenario, but on a technical level, it is supported. But the same thing as freaking material displacements. Material displacements do not work with baked lighting. It will still bake the lighting as though it was not displaced. It also doesn't work with path tracing. So the only thing it works with is dynamic lighting. Thanks, Unreal. Thanks. So, yeah, if you have dynamic lighting, you get to have displacement, material-based displacement. Path tracing is way too early still. I know some places are using it professionally. There are studios that use it. I mean, path tracing is older than Lumen. Is it? Yeah, path tracing is 422. Lumen's 5. Yeah. Path tracing is not that new. You like the look of Lumen, you just didn't want to deal with the performance increase. 5.6 definitely is better in that regard. But path tracing and ray tracing have been used for a long time in CGI and stuff too. You're just new to the games industry. Yeah. Well, path tracing is still too expensive to do runtime. Lumen is basically, yeah, almost runtime. I mean, it is runtime ray tracing, but you kind of need the new hardware. Fortnite trailers usually show new Unreal features before they are announced. Well, yeah, because they probably usually test things in Fortnite, more or less. Technique is not new. What is new is the hardware support for running in real time. Yeah. Yeah, that is accurate, Marcus. Yeah, the tech is not new. But we're just finally able to do it at real time. Which, by the way, does not mean the freaking renders for actual CGI things have decreased any time. It's still the same freaking hours and days long for renders for them. I do not like VFX. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with those things much. Well, like right now, there's like, I'm on a project where there's cameras involved. And I'm like, I don't even want to do camera work. No. It sounds so miserable. I actually lost a bit of sleep thinking about it like a night or two ago. That's just how much I dislike it. I don't want to deal with it. I want a runtime. I want game. Give me a game. It's like I have PTSD of it. Okay, I got 15. $15.75. Oh. Okay. Did I not miss one? Miss. 15.75. Missed. 0. 15.75. 16.5. 17. Yeah, 18. Missed. 0. It works. You see how some people blame Unreal for bad performance when dev teams don't think of what features they need? So they throw Nanite and Luma and they ship. Yeah, Nanite. Unreal's getting a bad rap because of bad developers, not because Unreal is bad. To put DLSS in frame gen to try to get 30. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We just gotta set this up with the projectile, and then we should be good. No. What? Okay, gotta love Unreal when it refuses to let me do anything on it. Okay, you. No, Unreal 5 can run like a horse if you use it right. Oh, no, comma. Unreal 5 can run like a horse if you use it right. You're 120 FPS on your game on epic settings with older PCs. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you do not do Lumen, instead of Lumen, you just bake your environments. Like, it is such a massive performance difference. It's insane how different it is. Like, you can genuinely go from single-digit FPS to over 120 FPS on old hardware from just baking and doing static lighting instead of Lumen. And it will not look worse. In some instances, it will look better. Even dynamic lighting without Lumen is pretty form. Yeah. But the problem with dynamic lighting without Lumen is you do not get GI, and you also do not get any of your emissive materials do not automatically cast light. You're losing visuals. Yes, for certain environments it will work just fine, absolutely, but you do have a visual hit. Where with static baked lighting, you get all of that. You get the nice GI, you get everything. You're not getting obviously dynamic shadows on your dynamic moving objects, but they'll still look like they're going through the area thanks to the volumetric lights. It's just they won't get the shadows, and you can fake the shadows depending on what you're doing. To be fair, Mrs. casts an awful light and basically require a light with it anyway. It depends what you're doing. One of the environments that I just finished up basically at work uses a majority, or pretty much almost entirely, emissive lighting. So, you know, it definitely is a per use case thing, but yeah. I believe it's if the hit actor is valid. I think if we just check here, because if it's on hit, that means we hit a wall. That's the only one that should be, yeah. So that means yeah, AC abilities. We'll just turn that to true. Oh, sorry, false here. I shouldn't do it here. I should do it at the end. This means it definitely hit nothing. I'm pretty sure. This means it hit something. So let me just do some print strings. Nothing hit. Character hit. Just before the destroy. Wall hit, I think. Okay, we'll test this. When you bake your lighting, do you use GPU light mask? Yes, always. There are some things that are issues with that. Like, for example, I learned recently that when you do your baking like that, if you have an attenuation radius on a point light, it will not follow that point light's attenuation. It will go past it. So, but I know that in general, I always knew that static lighting looks different than dynamics, which is why if you're building for static lighting, you should always test your builds and make sure it looks correct when built and adjust from there. You shouldn't like, oh yeah, assume it's gonna be fine, convert it. You built your game to run on N64. What's it like coming home from work where you use Unreal to use Unreal in your game? Well, I don't leave my home. I just stay home solutions. I work from home, so what's it like? Nice, honestly. I get to work on a game. and I get to stream with you guys. That's great. I love it. You know, if I could do this full time, well, it'd be ideal. I mean, there's no way in hell that's ever gonna happen, pretty much, but you know. Okay, so I'm getting no print strings there. So why am I getting no print strings? Where's it going if it's not getting a print string? What? Oh, because it might be doing... What? Should do a video on proper baked lighting. There's videos on it. Why am I getting no print strings? Oh, it's because it wouldn't be here when it's misses. And then destroyed here. Oh no, this needs to no. It needs to specifically be when it hits nothing. So neither one of these would trigger. Hold on a second. Where's my logic to... It has a lifetime. But obviously it's not impacting anything, so it's not going to trigger off of this when it misses. Wait, well, it doesn't even print here. Oh, hold on a second. Do you like GPU light mass? Has its quirks, but it looks nicer? Absolutely. And performance is great. Hey Mario, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You just finished implementing world position offset displacement on your water shader. You want to die. Very nice. Very nice. I'm assuming you're using dynamic lighting. I was just talking about displacement earlier in the stream. And how it only really works with dynamic lighting, unfortunately. It's sad. Mario, thank you so much for the super sticker. One up. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Ah, here it is. This is where print string miss. You don't have the patience to deal with the water. I love Mario comes in here, says very little, drops a super sticker. #1 top fan. As far as YouTube is concerned, immediately #1 top fan spot. So if you say something again right now, Mario, you'll see a #1 next to your name. Zebra actually has, there's people over 75 XP. So it is possible to go higher than 75. I wonder how, I guess maybe you just have to keep talking for a while, and that's how you got over. Yeah, see, #1. Use Lumen, Nanite, and all those bad stuff. That's not bad. But nice. Yeah, there's the miss. That's wall hit. Wall hit. Okay. So this is also wall hit. Ah, shit. Okay, so both of these are wall hit, unfortunately. Okay. Okay. This needs to be a miss, because this is definitely a miss. That one's easy. This should pretty much never trigger. Solutions. Thank you for the super sticker. You wanted to become a paid member, but you figured you're donating more when spawning during streams. / business fest. Well, I appreciate the support either way. If you become a member, though, you do get emotes. It's not about how much; it's a matter of what do you get out of it. So, you're not even top 3. Well, you weren't. You didn't say anything. Now, if you say something, because you now spoke it as well, you can now the next message you'll be in the top 3. I don't know how it's decided, by the way. This is YouTube's thing. Either way, I really appreciate the The $3 super sticker. You get one for every message? Yeah, it shows it next to every message. Yeah, in the top, right next to where it says like the top / live chat drop down, to the right of that, it says top fans. If you click that, you can see your positions. It's for this stream only. It gets reset every stream. What is it for? I don't know. Channel points are better. Solutions get in line. Oh my God.
Hey.
Thank you for the $2 more. Dear Mario, you princesses, not crowns. Number 1. Told you it's a pay to win. This is a hard game. Okay, back to Twitch. Enjoy your time on Twitch. False. True. True. Okay. So we can do here. Thank you for the 10 bits on Twitch as well. Solutions. Cat girl stream chat. All right. I've never been called the doc. Is the hole in the wall fixed now? No, it's not. By the way, I contacted someone about like, hey, can I get an estimate? Like, I went online, filled out their form, never heard back. I need to reach out to another place or just call them, but I just haven't. So I want to get it fixed because I know me fixing it will be cheaper than waiting for it to be removed from my what not deductible, not down payment, my deposit, that one. So I'd rather do it myself. Yeah, my hole in the wall. Hold on.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I'll show it after the ads. I'll show the hole in the wall. The massive hole in the wall. Just put a poster. I can't put a poster that low over it. And then when I move out, it's still not. The point is, I don't want to. Thank you for the 10 bits, Solutions. Oh, is there no audio on the screen? Thank you for the 10 bits. There should be audio. It should pop on the screen. I wonder why it didn't. Here, I'll show it down. Doesn't matter. It's this. So you can see there's the baseboard, so it's not very high off of the screen. I had a tumble down, and I basically just, my entire knee just went into the wall. I didn't even notice at first. And then when I went past it and then went back. No, so what happened is I have a desk fan that I got like last year during the summer heat. Or like a couple of years ago, I don't remember. I think it was last year. I had a desk fan. And it has like a spray thing like to help cool, and it had a tube that is like for water to drip out and stuff like that, or to fill. I don't know, it was either a filling tube or to like remove water, either way. But I put that like next to the couch on the floor, and then because I was like, okay, I put that stuff there because I was like, okay, I need to grab it. I need to not forget to it. So if I see it, I'll grab it. Problem is, I didn't do that, and instead, it slightly moved a little bit too far out without me noticing, and then this rolling thick tube I basically slipped on and then fell.
I say we name a hole Holy.
Well, I basically made holy here because I fell down very slow motion like, because I grabbed onto stuff, but I basically just put my entire weight in here, and so yeah. So it wasn't an anger hole or anything. It was literally I fell down and accidentally, like, my knee hurt for a while. Like, thankfully I didn't get hurt too bad. But yeah, it was purely because of freaking. Everything can be blamed on the sun. This thing that brightens up my hand. If it wasn't for this would never be a thing. SpongeBob was perfect for that. Yeah, that was good. What does membership get? If you're a YouTube member, you get emotes on YouTube. I don't have anything else that right now membership gives, because you could do like streams to only members, or like videos for only members, or exclusive like early access to videos. And if I get enough members, maybe I'll start doing that. Start like releasing things a little bit earlier just for members. Like, it would still. I wouldn't like remove things, but I would just like be like, oh yeah, if you're a member, you get it as soon as I upload or something like that. But at the current moment, I don't have anything. Thanks for the $2 more super sticker. Okay. Are you just trying to fight Mario for the #1 spot solutions? Guys, keep in mind, this gets reset every stream. I just want to point this out. You're fighting for the #1 spot this stream. Unlike on Twitch, where, you know, you can get the #1 spot for, like, you know, gift subs or bits, and that stays for the month because I set it to be a month. This is only for the stream. Would you ever consider to be a PCG consultant for your game? The problem is, Mario, a few people have asked, I just don't have time. You're one on Twitch, you are. Got a nice badge next to it. Let's just keep the fight for it. Thanks for the bit solutions. You're right, I should. But I look, I want to be honest, right? Like, if people have right expectations, okay? It's, oh, you know what it is? It goes here. It may be different now. We don't know. Some of us have 120 to make 2 days of 75. Some of us have 150, so it's like 2 days of 75. I think I missed something. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Sermon. Sorry. You're not competing, you're just cringe. YouTube sucks compared to Twitch then. On YouTube, you do get higher quality because it's 1440p and higher bitrate. So the stream overall, visually, looks better. You also get the power of rewinding. On Twitch, you get lower latency because it's lower quality, and you get channel points, which you can use for redeems. So you get positive and negatives on both sides. Oh, 150 was the XP, yeah. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to reset. I thought it reset every stream because, yeah, Leo and Gaguts have 75, and they were here yesterday. They also had 75, so it doesn't stack. It resets every stream. So I don't know how it. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. Not gonna even pretend. There we go. Okay, so character hits. Good. That's the wall. We got that. Okay. So now we should have this. Here to be true. And here to be true. Okay. I think this is not possible. So I think I can just do that. That should take care of pretty much every scenario except this. So what we can do is actually not have this here. Put this here. Yeah, there we go. That's probably better. It might be a time thing. I know you get 75 XP for 3 messages, so after a while they count 3. That's probably what it is, Marcio. It's probably like you have a cooldown of like a certain amount of every certain amount of time if you send a message. Because the thing that I was like immediately when I heard that you get points or you get XP when sending messages was this nowadays just incentivize spamming, but maybe that's their way of combating spamming. It's like as long as you send a message every like X amount of time, then it works. You like once every half an hour, once every hour, maybe. However it judges it, maybe. My only guess. Yeah, they're like I appreciate that they're experimenting. I would want the XP thing to work, like channel points, and for us to get access to API, they can work with it. I want channel points on YouTube. I want us to be able to do the same things that we can on Twitch, just with YouTube. Please. That would be amazing. We could do so much stuff on YouTube then. You like how I have both YouTube and Twitch icons at the bottom of my stream? What do you mean? There's no YouTube and Twitch icons. What? Hire an artist. Car can get quite a lot of value today. Could be worth to print them and sell the decks in the future. I do want to hire an artist for that. Absolutely. I want to hire artists to do like proper cards. 100%. I mean, that's what my Patreon is kind of saving money for. It'll cost a lot of money to do like 100+ cards. And if I do like specifically like different tiers, that's like hundreds of cards potentially. It could be really cool. But I absolutely want to do that. Like, I feel like that would be like a cool like Kickstarter thing, where if you like got cards made and you can like, you know, get them sent out to people. I think that'd be really cool. Down the line. Do you set up if you get 1 million brain cells, you get your game for free? I mean, I definitely can. The problem is I don't stream nearly enough for that to ever happen for that much. Like, I feel like that's just a big scam. Not a scam, but because hold on, average Twitch points per hour. So a non-subscribed person gets about 220 channel points per hour. A tier 1 is 1.2 of that. So if you're a tier 3 subscriber, okay, this is like a best case scenario, okay? A tier 3 Twitch sub will get 440 points per hour. Okay? I realistically streamed just under 3 hours. And assuming you're there for all of it, we'll say 2.9. So this is a stream, okay? We'll say 1250. It'll be nice and organized. So, for 1 million points, you would need to watch the entirety of 800 streams. Now, I stream 5 days a week at the current moment, not 7. So if I divide it by 5, that's 160 weeks. A couple of weeks I take off. So we'll say about over 3 years. It would take you to get 1 million. If I did 500,000, then you know, it'd be half of that. But who doesn't love a little scam? The princess and their cat. I mean, the best. I had a scam right here. This is my quote-unquote scam sub goal, as some people call it. Right? It's not a scam. The numbers go up if you subscribe. But some people call it a scam for some reason. I don't know why. This is Twitch. Twitch subs. Yeah, I have more than 5 subs on YouTube, but that's Twitch subs. Yeah, when someone subs or gift subs, right, then it goes up. But right, this is my scam, as some people have called it for some reason. Even though number go up. Okay, let's see if oh my god, is Missile Mare gonna work with Bullseye? Oh, I need a projectile. Never mind. It should. 0. If I hit 6, 12, and I do more damage. If I miss, yeah, 0. Yeah. 6. Hit a wall. 0. Yes. So if I was to do multi-hit, right, 2 of them hit, but then got reset to 0 right away. 12, 0, right? 18. So 3 of them hit. So you do still get a bonus, right? As soon as it hits, it increases. So the increase happens before the damage calculation. Yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with that. So you always you don't get a point where you get 0 benefit. You basically are guaranteed at least the minimum 5% base increase, which I think is fine. Technically, he proposes it's not a scam. But what if he's scamming me? What if I'm being scammed? I mean, just hypothetically. Is it still a scam? There you go. You are scamming me? That's why I gave you all the bits and stickers? One thing you don't like about all these kinds of games is that VFX do the impact explosion even if they don't hit anything. Like, what I would love, like, in an ideal world, Mario, I'm not making the effects right now. Like, I don't have an effects person. Like, I would love for that to just, like, fizzle out or something, like, or get smaller and, like, fizzle out. Kind of disappear naturally. Because I think that'd be cool. I just don't have the effect. Instead, I have it be, like, exploding effect. So I'm just playing into it. Once you see that, you can't see it. Yeah, but it's also like, if you miss, it'd be also still nice to just do an explosion where it finished. So that way you might still hit something, so it's not complete waste. So like, there's positives and negatives, of course, with both. But it seems like we now have this working. Bullseye. Increased damage for every consecutive hit. Resets on miss. There. Got a hit. 5 stacks. 0. And it's working pretty well. And if I do this, it goes back to 0. Yeah, I know you could. Yeah. I don't know how to do that, like, based off of. Because you can control how long it like, the particle just exists. Right? Like, when I shoot it, the particle just exists in the world. It's a constant effect. And then I just play an explosion effect. Otherwise, it would just disappear. But I play an explosion effect. So I don't know how to make it get smaller when I want it to. Because I can control dynamically how long the attack lasts. For example, here, I'll show you. This one. So this is just a projectile right there. It's a loop. Right? And so in the details here, I can specify what its speed is, how long it lives. So I can make this last longer or shorter. So I can't do it by time, where it just scales down by time. Or like after a certain point. Like, right, I'm not there with Niagara where I'd be like, yeah, let's just do that dynamically to update when I wanted to. So you get data out of your particle collision. I'm not using particle collision. I'm using hitboxes. So at least right now, maybe if I had a scenario where I had that'd be what I'd do, but oh, you're fine, Mario. Check if you're not as soon as you can, or you are. If you hit live, just make sure the red circle is turned on next to the word live. That means you're actually at the live point. Otherwise, you might be in the past. You can also go to on Twitch. You also get less delay. You know, again, positives and negatives of Twitch versus not Twitch. But yay, we did it. Power up done. I'll be honest, I feel like it's hotter today. Even though I've been looking at my temperature, it didn't even get to the jackpot today. And yet it today feels hotter. And I think my only guess is there's a difference in humidity of today compared to a different day. It's my only guess. By the way, there's a new Fab stuff out. I don't know if you guys saw, but I just want to show you something. Because there's new Fab stuff out, have you guys seen this? I'm just saying, have you seen the goodest of boys? Okay? Because I want you to see the goodest of boys. He's currently available for free. The try count for me doesn't matter. I would make him a sprite. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but the point is, the goodest of boys. Was he going to be a boss? Probably not a boss. But man, I was looking at him. If he can, read well, a companion would be real nice to have. Like, I know one of the power-ups could be you get a dog as a power-up, or you just always have a dog. But that seems like a little too much. I might just start with a power-up that you get like a dog that goes around and attacks enemies and stuff. And then maybe he can also maybe die and we'll see. It will be very complicated for me to add a second player type character, AI or otherwise, with how I have things set up though. But like, look at that good dog. Yeah, it's available now on Fab for free for the 2 weeks. It just doesn't sound good compared to free for the month. Yeah, here it is. See? Has a few different color schemes and stuff. So yeah. Go grab your free stuff. And when I saw him though, my first thought was like, oh god, do I put him as like, because he's also mechanical, I was like, oh, am I gonna need to add him to Steel Claw, the bear boss? Because the bear's a cyborg, and we never had anything to give him as maybe potentially to give him a little bit of some companions, but maybe now I kind of want to give him companions. Give the bear a dog. Bear must be OP. So make some unlockable weapons such companions like vampire survivors. I would need to rework quite a bit for me to have that work though, because at the current moment, the way it works is all of the enemies are literally checking for the player. They're not checking for an actor with a tag. They're not checking for they're literally checking for the player. And then going off of that. That is the location they use. That is like the enemy they use, you know, whatever it is. So everything is based off of the player. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to need to add the dummy thing. One of the power-ups is freaking Spectral Clone that we're going to be adding. Spawn a dummy close to the enemy aggro, close to get enemy aggro. Explodes on death. How am I going to do that? See, if I can do that, then I can do the dog. As a companion. I might need to rework how and like what an enemy aggro's onto. Shit. They have companions that are like turrets moving around the player. Like there's this bird throwing bombs over enemies and flying around the player. Having an AI that follows the player around and attacks enemies, I think is fine. It's the enemies attacking the companion that's going to be the problem. But I'm going to have to figure that out if I want to make a dummy actor or that takes aggro. What did I get myself into? A companion that you can drag and drop on the map and starts fighting in place when you... No. We're not doing that. That now adds way too much functionality than... Different game. Like, yeah, we have access to a mouse, but I don't want to... Yeah. Too much. Bear needs a dog. Yeah, that was the first thought I had, but let's put Mark Bullseye as done. And a cat. I don't have a cat. Yeah, this Spectral Clone. Spawn a dummy close to the enemy aggro. Explode on death. I'm gonna need to think about this one. Do I have a bird? I think I can get a bird. I'm not making a zoo, Illusions. I'm not giving him basically a zoo as a boss. Okay? Are you attacking with mouse slash moves like you're using a sword or clicking? I'm clicking. So I'm moving with WASD, but I attack it where I left click,
pausing
or
for ads.
I attack in the direction. Oh, this is broken. Why is this broken? Why did it do a hold attack right away? Or I attack in the direction I'm looking when I'm using a controller. I don't know why I did the hold. Yeah, well, there's a bug there. Great. Give me a Banjo-Kazooie reference, though? I've never played. I've never even seen gameplay of it. So, it wouldn't be very fitting. I'm gonna get another drink because it feels much hotter than it is. Holy crap. Be right back. I'm back. Play it, then give the bear a bird. If you use PlayStation 5 controller, you can send you the free for free our plugin for Unreal Engine 5 to program LEDs, rumble, force, feedback, etc. Oh, nice. I have a PS5 controller plugged in. I even have an emote, pixelated emote with it on both Twitch and YouTube. Okay. But I think our plan of action is going to be tomorrow we'll set up Divine Protection, which is automatically gain a temporary shield when low on health. That should be relatively straightforward. And then we'll need to figure out how the hell to have enemies detect you. Because here, I'll show you the way it works right now. Right, I just use this one. So here it's checking on distance to player. It's getting everything off of distance to player. And then, for example, the combats, the attacking. Let's see, just go default attack here. Active rotation, right? The active rotation is getting the rotation. It's facing towards the player because it has the player reference. So what I think I will need to do is basically check if a power-up is active. I would need to store and if it is, well, I need to do like a sphere trace or like a trace for it, I guess. Or I can do get actor of class, but I feel like I heard that's not as bad these days of getting actor of class, but like I think a long time ago it used to do like check everything in the outlier, but it no longer does that, so it might be fine to just use that because I could do get actor. If I could do get actor class, that solves the problem. Let's actually find out here. Let's ask Grok real quick. And Unreal Engine 5 is gets actor of class. Expensive to do in blueprints. Can be relatively expensive depending on how it's used. Scales with the number of actors in the world. Okay, so it does still scale with the number of actors in the world. So realistically, it's better. I mean, this would be the easier way. The alternative is for me to do a trace, right? I could check if something is active, and then I could do a trace for, let's say, all of the characters, and then just check for the tags and find one that has a player tag. And I can just give the dummy a player tag and then just have it go to whichever one it finds first or whichever one is closest. And then that's the one that's going to go to. That's probably going to be the way to do it. Where the whatever is closest will be the one it goes to and it aggro's on and whatever else. Yeah. And that would allow us to then have multiple. That would then allow us to have multiple. I think it's going to be a more complicated system than even that, because we'll need to make sure that if the thing dies or gets destroyed, right, that the AI is not going to break and things of that nature. So it'll be a little more complex, but I think we can do that. Check if it's active, and then spawn it with the tag, the gameplay tag, and then check that it has the check for the actors that have the tag, which is going to be player, and then we go from there. And it being player means we'll be able to take damage and all that stuff. Yeah, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. I mean, I wasn't really doubting if we can. We're just figuring out how insanely complex or not it's going to be. But now that we thought this through, you know, I think it'll be okay. Okay, so let's, well, there's still a little bit of time. Let's try to get Midjourney to generate us a new power up for Divine Protection. What is that going to look like? I don't know. Let's find out. In the meantime, let's go ahead and here, set that up. Add Divine Protection. Now, gain a shield. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be a little more complex than I thought, because the shield used to have a certain amount of health. Hold on, should we? Because I don't want to make you invulnerable. Ah, shit, this is gonna be a whole thing, isn't it? Because if you get a shield, you don't want to increase your own health, but then you still want to know how much of a shield you have, which we don't have any way of displaying that. What do I do to this? Do this to myself? I want temporary HP. You know what we can do? I wonder if we could have the health in the bottom left, where it is right now. It could say, instead of 100 out of 100, or it would be, let's say at 10%, it'll be like 10 out of 100, right? So that it could say 10, and then in parentheses plus whatever out of 100. The problem is the formatting would just make this go real wide. Or what I could do is have another bar on top of this, maybe like half height. And that's the shield. And then we could put the shield, maybe at parentheses, just how much health the shield has. Not out of anything, it'll just be like in parentheses, whatever it is. And maybe a shield icon or something. That's probably gonna be the easiest way of doing it. Shield over the health bar is absolutely the right call. Yeah. The thing is, I'd probably want to do that also here, but I'm not gonna worry. I want to rework these health bars anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about that one. I want to focus on this one. Yeah. The only question then will become is it has to have a max. Yeah, blue. Yeah, I can do the same thing. So here's a question, right? So if I have the health here, and then let's say I did, right, a blue bar of energy, like this is the shield here, right? This is all cool, but the problem is, how far does this go, and what does it mean? Because if we say that, if I say you cannot have a shield higher than your amount of health, then this is easy. Then if you get, like, you know, a shield for 20% of your health, right, it'll be here. And that might be the way to go, is your shield just cannot be higher than your health. A lot of games have it that way anyway, where you can never get a shield more than your health. Not all games. Obviously, Path of Exile, you can just have 1 health and all energy shield, but it would make things easier. Could do a percent, so is that 120% of your health bar is reduced in size. I mean, I could make, I don't want to reduce it in size because that's just a visual problem. I also don't want to do this because that would push all of the text to the right here. But I guess the text is to the right because for now, I probably would have the text on top of it, maybe here or somewhere else, if anywhere. I think for now, let's go with the shield just can never go higher than whatever your max health is. And then we go from there. You obviously can increase your max health, which will increase the amount of shield you can get. But we don't have any mechanics right now that is going to give us a shield, except this is the first one. That's going to be just like an actual, like, extra health. So we do this, and that will allow us to then get power-ups that potentially get more shield. Or increase the amount of shield, but then if we increase the amount of shield, it'll be based on the health. And then which will still be 100%. Yeah, we just go with this. I think that's the way to go. It's the whole thing. I want one little thing. I just want shields. Oh, yeah, here's 20 things that are required for shields. But that's okay. We introduce a new mechanic. Shields. It's a nice mechanic. It's good, right? Could it be considered creep? Sure. It's a prototype, so I don't care. This is why we're trying to figure out everything we want to do. I mean, how else are we going to do like 100 unique power-ups without doing stuff like this, you know? Yeah, that's going to be the plan. What's next for all the powers? We need to add a new boss. Once we do these 3 power-ups, we'll have enough power-ups that we should add another boss. By my calculations, the best amount right now is 12 power-ups per boss. So we'll have an extra 12 power-ups that I'll want to put onto a new boss. So we'll do a new boss after that. After that, we have more... Go at 2 bears for the next... No. Doesn't that make shields kind of pointless? Would you increase your shields when you can increase your health? Well, I haven't thought that far through yet. Nothing gives shields right now, again, except this one power-up. I'm just thinking, like, if I do use shields, maybe instead of gain 20% of your shield of your health, you get 40%. You get double. I don't know. Maybe like double, shield amount that you get. I'm just thinking out loud, basically. I don't have like a, this is definitely how it's gonna be. We'll play it, we'll see how it feels. We'll see what seems fun. Most roguelikes allow you to get unlimited shields. Do they though? I mean, they limit you in how many shields you can get. It also depends on what the shields do in the game, I'm sure. Can you name one that doesn't? Yeah, Binding of Isaac. Dead Cells. Hades. I named 3. Anyways, guys. No, thank you. Thank you. That's gonna do it for me for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to see about making another YouTube short for tomorrow. I've been good. I've released one video of some kind every day since Tuesday of last week. I think we've made it a week releasing something every day at 9 a.m. I'm going to try to keep it up for as long as I can. Which means I gotta go edit and create a YouTube short of some kind for tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been fun. We'll add another power up tomorrow and go from there. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.